Hey everyone, this is Rob,
And Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast and everything you need to know about old school RuneScape. Alright, so this week up on the docket, of course, as always, we're going to be starting off with our own updates, if we have any, and then we'll be going into the poll blogs. We actually don't have any actual update this week. If anyone wasn't here or doesn't remember, there is a game jam going on right now.
Yeah.
So
Thankfully, we actually still have stuff to talk about this time.
yeah, so luckily they have been leaking stuff that they are working on here and there. So we do have that to talk about later in the episode. But we're going to start off by talking about a few poll blogs that we actually got this week. The first one being the Bounty Hunter Rewards poll, a mini blog as they're calling it. And then secondly, we have the Sailing Refinement Kickoff, where they actually go through and outline the entire process for the refinement of sailing. Apparently it's going to be a several month endeavor.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, hopefully we'll have a good skill that everyone can somewhat agree on.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. And then, like I said, we'll finish off with some of the teasers and spoilers that the Game Jam has been bringing us. Obviously, most of that stuff will not make it into the game, but
Please,
it's
God,
nice
let
to
everything.
always think about what could make it into the game. And then, of course, at the end, we'll be ending it with a Q&A as usual.
Yep.
And if you want to get into the Q&A, asking us any questions, whether they are game related or otherwise, you can always get us or reach out to us rather at any of our social media, or head over to our Discord where we have a questions channel.
Yes, we do.
But of course, before we get into any of that, Michelle, how's it going?
It's going well. Before I say all the stuff I've been up to this week, just wanted to say it's my birthday next week, and I'm doing a birthday stream on Monday.
Happy birthday. Yeah,
Happy birthday.
We are going to be, if you do follow us anywhere, we are going to be posting about the birthday celebration as well as all the stuff that we're going to be doing on that day. So make sure to join us, stop by, even if it's just for a minute to say hi. We'd really appreciate it.
Gluten Girl made me the best poster in the world.
Yeah.
And it's just me edited onto a train that someone else made.
Okay, it's Thomas the Tank Engine.
It's Thomas the Tank Engine, sorry.
You'd think you'd know
You're
that
such a
after...
diesel.
I was about to say, you think you'd know that after watching Bullet Train.
True. But yeah, Gluten Girl made me the best poster. But it's going to be Monday at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. My usual stream time. And on Discord, it has the local time for anyone who's curious. So come say hello. It's going to be same time frame, but doing giveaways and contests and fun birthday things.
Yeah. And also, speaking of trains and diesels and Thomas the Tank Engine, we actually are talking about Bullet Train. It's a movie that we watched together. We actually do
Oh yeah, we do Discord movie nights twice a week.
Yeah, Discord movie nights. So if you want to just join, hang out, watch a movie you probably haven't seen, unless you're like a cinephile, then yeah, come hang out.
Unless you're like me and Ninja, who keep just suggesting movies we've already seen.
Yeah.
And then voting for our own movies.
And don't worry, we don't talk during it. We just
everyone's muted. You can only
chat.
type.
Yeah. So it's a pretty chill experience. But
yeah.
What else have you been up to this week?
I've done a lot of things on RuneScape, actually. So I got 90 agility.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think I only have smithing and construction to get to 90 now. Smithing's at 89 too, which is pretty quick. But will I work on it this week? Probably not.
Cool.
Speaking of agility, I got my first graceful recolor actually this week.
Yeah.
I've never gotten one. I had 500 and something graceful marks. Marks of grace.
Marks of grace.
The reason I'd never done it is because I wanted either the black one or the quest speedrunning one to be my first. So I spent hours the other day quest speedrunning on stream. I got platinum for Black Fortress. And there was a couple others that I did not get platinum, but I was just trying to hurry and speed it up, so adding them all up. But regardless, whatever, I was able to get the quest speedrunning one, and it looks so good, and I love it.
Nice.
Yeah, and for my, I got a second graceful, too, with my Marks of Grace. I got the dark green one.
Oh, okay.
Which I was judged for, but I think it's a pretty color.
Yeah, it's okay.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's okay.
I would love to save up to have all of them someday. Yeah, I mean, now that I'm 90 agility, I'll just probably spend a lot of time at the arty course, except for whenever I go for the black outfit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited about it. Finally, I have a cool graceful. It took me till I was almost 2,200 total to get it.
Did you manage to get any of the diamond courses?
Absolutely not. The Black Fortress one was actually so annoying because one of them I died.
Nice.
Because the guards hit you. It's low-key RNG based because the guide's yeah, drop all your fish so you won't be as heavy and you can run more.
Yeah.
But then if you drop all your food, the guards can hit you. You just have to hope that they don't hit you hard enough to kill you.
Yeah, or you can bring a couple pieces of fish.
I ended up doing that, I think.
Yeah.
And I would just like turn on whatever little baby prayers I had, like Mighty Strength or whatever it's called.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very strong.
mighty.
Very strong. But yeah, I did all kinds of raids this week. So I did some more Tob, and it was cool. My 4th KC, somebody got a Sanguinesti staff. So we got to split that.
Pretty good.
Yeah, really good. That was a 22 mil split for each person. Huge monies. In TOA,
Wait. Are you gonna skip over how you killed your entire group?
Hey, listen. I'm still learning top.
Yeah.
That was I only did like 4 this week probably. You know, under 10 KC. I was at Soda Steg or whatever, however you say it.
Yeah, the giant bulldog.
Yeah, the he looks
The
like
dark
Chunk,
beast.
the dark beast. My sister has a French bulldog that reminds me of a little dark beast. But I forgot how the maze works, and I was it. For some reason, I forgot it was 3 rows, and then you start running, and I thought it was like 7. So I looked like the dumbest person in the world on each tile saying 1,000, and then moving.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, dating in my chat was like, all of us are dead. And I was like, what?
So, yeah, a really good way to remember this, for anyone that doesn't know, is I'm almost certain, like, the very first turn is, like, at the point at which it starts following you. So it's like 3 blocks or something like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 3, and then you run, and I got confused and thought it was like 7. I even was like, I have my tiles marked, so it's 7 whenever I'm on the other side, and I was wrong. It was only 3.
Yeah.
I'm just delusional. I actually made a short of that. So I've been making some more YouTube shorts still. Check it out. Bunebape's our YouTube, or you can find us on TikTok. But yeah, that was pain.
Nice.
But I'm learning, and I'm doing a lot better than I was last week, so that's cool. But yeah, TOA, per usual, our split was a ring.
Naturally.
Got 2.1 mil.
Huge.
It was in a duo. Wraith got it. You know, Wraith's been waiting years for a ring.
Yes.
Yeah, never pulled a ring. Never pulled fangs. I'm
Yeah,
lying.
This
Wraith
is
has never.
obviously a joke.
Wraith has pulled so many and never gotten to Shadow. It's kind of depressing. I think
Yeah.
the Wraith's bad luck.
Yeah, probably.
Probably should just like unmod, delete, block, all that good stuff. Anyway, I also did chambers this week. I did some challenge modes, which were cool. I'm starting to get a hang of them. I felt like I was doing a good job being quick, but at the same time, I was with a bunch of people that had like T-bows, so I don't know how much I was really doing.
Yeah.
But I had fun. I got my first purple in my name and over 2 million personal points, over 120 KC at chambers. It was a Dex.
At least it wasn't an arcane, I guess.
I've never got an arcane. So I'm hoping that arcane's going to be like the last thing I need for my collection log, because I think that'd be a more chill thing to grind for, would be an arcane. Then like more realistically, it'd be like Pet or Tivo.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was 6.2 mil each, and that was on my 16th challenge mode. And I made time in all of them this week too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting, because usually I'm not great at that. We also, I don't remember if this was a challenge mode or regular, but someone got an arcane, and we ended up just not splitting that, because there were several of us. And then on my 460th normal KC, I pulled an Ancestral Hat. It was 2 days later. It was sick.
I was thinking how funny it'd be if you're like, yeah, we got an arcane, so I got a 200,000 GP split.
Why? I mean, low-key me.
Yeah. You're like, they actually just traded me like 2 super restores, and that was it.
Yeah. I would take it, man. I'm trying to save for Shadow. Every piece of gold counts.
Sure.
There actually was in one of the raids yesterday. Wait, did I say the Ancestral Hat split? It was 5.6 mil. There's a lot of us.
Yeah.
But in one of the raids yesterday or the other day, someone was like, we're at tight ropes. And if you don't know, if you start crossing the tight ropes and no one's aggroing the rangers, they will mess you up and you'll die.
Yeah, they'll kill you pretty quick.
Yeah, someone was like 1,000 gold for whoever crosses first. So I like went and crossed it to take one for the team, and I died like immediately. And then they actually gave me 10,000 gold.
Wow.
So Shadow incoming, I don't know, kind of feels like it.
Yeah. That's cool. Why didn't you just kill it before walking across?
Because when you aggro them, they hit you so hard through prayer.
Yeah.
I don't aggro them because you have to like hit them and then move to a spot where they can't hit you back and forth.
Yeah, I know. That's how you do it in solo too.
Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah, there's only one way to kill them, really.
Because I wanted to be the first one across.
Oh, okay.
There was like 7 of us.
Cool.
Anyway, that's what I've been up to in game, and then I've just been working, which is tiring, but you know, I'm making in real life gains. It's fine. Trying to save and then move to the Netherlands. Easy peasy. It's gonna be so fast and smooth.
Yeah,
process.
you should everyone let us know why we should move to your country instead.
Yeah. Also, let us know if you are hiring in the Netherlands.
No.
Anyway, what you been up to?
Nothing. It's been great. I haven't logged in another week.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah,
At all?
crazy at all.
Dang, okay.
Yeah,
Are
unfortunate.
you mad at me?
No, it's not that I'm like not having fun with the game or anything like that. It's just I don't know. I just don't feel like I have a reason to log in. I don't know. I don't feel compelled to log in.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. It's kind of like a weird feeling where it's like you don't really feel like there's any real reason to log in. Not like I don't have stuff to do. Like I'm like sometimes whenever I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, oh, it'd be really cool to get like, this skill, like 90 fire making or whatever. Or I already have 90 fire making, but
Okay, brag.
not,
I already got that, so never mind.
not even. It's just fire mage, it's just winter taught. But
I'm only 91. I've had this account for 4 years.
oh, that's embarrassing.
Okay.
But yeah, I was like, oh, it'd be cool to do that. But then I'm like, oh, but I also just kind of don't care at the same time. So
I mean, it's also like very much the RuneScape way to be like, oh, I want to do all this content. That sounds so fun. And then you log in and you're like, man, this isn't as fun as I thought it was going to be.
yeah, that's
Me with
exactly
skilling.
that's exactly what it is. It's like, oh, this seems like it'll be really cool, do like this mini game or play this content. And then I log in and I'm like, oh,
Don't feel like it.
yeah, it's like one of those feelings. I think a lot of people have felt this where like they're like, oh, this seems really cool, and then they'll go and do this thing, and then like 2 minutes in, they're like, wow, this is not nearly as fun as I ever would have thought, would have remembered. But
Big true.
yeah, I don't know, just not, I guess not super motivated, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll change with time, as it always does.
It's always back and forth with you.
Yes, yes. But we have the mini poll blog that we can actually jump into, which
Yep.
is pretty cool. So this is for all you bounty hunter PvPers. For any of you that did try out the rewards, then this will be kind of obvious to you which you're going to pick. But there is a poll blog for all of the bounty hunter rewards.
Yep.
So they do start off by saying, while all of these rewards have been accessible for a number of weeks in beta worlds, we thought we'd put together a really quick blog to keep all the information and updated stats, images in one place for all those of you who might not remember every little number from the beta. Just so everyone knows, I'm going to try my best to summarize all these things because they do say this one's going to be pretty light on text. So strap in for a bunch of numbers.
Which we're not going to say a bunch of numbers.
We are not going to say a bunch of numbers. So if you do
strap in for our little summaries.
If you do want to check out, for example, Vesta's armor and Stadius's armor, Morrigan's armor, and Zuriel's armor, they have all of the seemingly final statistics for all of
Stats?
not statistics, more stats. Stats for all of the armors, all their defenses, range bonuses, magic bonuses, everything like that. Then you can go and check those out on the actual blog. Of course, as usual, if you're on YouTube, we'll link this in the description, or you can just go over to the news section of the OSRS website.
Yep.
They'll have all the stuff for all the gear. But that being said, we can give you some interesting other stuff that maybe you might not have known, including things like all of these untradeable armor pieces. So just so you know, they are untradeable. You have to be purchasing them with bounty hunter points. They'll be usable within the bounty hunter crater, and each piece will require charging for 5 million GP to be made usable.
Each piece.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty expensive.
That's expensive.
But they are going to be untradeable, undegradable, really good pieces of armor.
Side note, I tried to say yowzers and wow, and I realized my reaction was just to say yow.
Yow.
So that's cool. You continue.
Yow. It says upon PvP death, this GP is lost to whoever kills you. So if you fight someone in full Stadius armor, then you could get a pretty decent payout.
Ooh. If you survive.
Yeah, if you survive. This GP is lost to whoever killed you, leaving you with an inert item that you'll have to recharge again before using.
This is such a gold sink.
Yeah, which I guess is good.
Yeah.
All of these sit at tier 78, meaning you'll need a hefty 78 defense to equip them. Wearing a full set of any particular ancient warrior's armor provides a set effect that provides either 15% increased accuracy for any special attack in their style. Melee for Vesta and Stadius's, ranged for Morrigan's, and magic for Zuriel's. So kind of, similar to if you were wearing a Slayer helmet, but just for people. So, of course,
But your Slayer monster is a human.
exactly. So, of course, we have the Vesta's armor, which is going to be melee focused, more focused on offensive melee. Stadius's armor, which is going to be more focused on defensive melee. Morrigan's for range, and Zuriel's for magic. So, just be aware also that Zuriel's doesn't actually have any mage damage bonus, like percent or anything like that. So, if that's what you're expecting,
Whoops.
it just gives you a little bit more mage accuracy. That's it. And if you'd like to see all the armor's bonuses in one place, they do have a thing that you can click and it'll have all of the bonuses showing them all together in one really nice succinct picture.
Yeah, rather than having to scroll through all of them and be like, okay, wait, let me scroll back up and compare.
Yes, exactly. So they have all 3 or 4 sets of armor in one image.
Cool. Next up is the Ancient Warriors Corrupt Equipment. With the return of Bounty Hunter, we've also seen interest in aiding the return of iconic 20 defense builds. These corrupt Tier 20 versions of Ancient Warrior equipment function similarly to their Tier 78 counterparts in that they're untradeable, purchase with Bounty Hunter points, and usable within the Bounty Hunter crater. Owing to their lower requirements, each piece of corrupt Ancient Warrior equipment will require charging with 1.5 million gold before it's usable, with its cost being lost on death to whoever killed you.
It's nice that they're a lot cheaper.
I agree. It would have been really dumb if they're the same price.
Yeah, I definitely
That'd have been
would agree.
annoying.
Also, I don't know if they mentioned it and I just missed it, but I'm kind of wondering if this is only usable in Bounty Hunter in the crater or if it's usable in all of the wilderness.
I mean, it says usable within the Bounty Hunter crater.
Yeah, so
I mean,
okay.
they don't use the word only, but the way they word it makes me think that it is.
Yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
mean, that makes sense either way, but
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure.
Wearing a full set of any particular Ancient Warrior's corrupt armor provides a set effect that provides 15% increased accuracy for any special attacks in their style. Melee for Vestas and Statius's?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
It's a made-up word.
Range for Morgan set and magic for Zuriel set. And then they once again go over all of the stats for those, and they even have the little compressed image for you to go and compare them.
Yeah, so it's essentially just
The baby version of this.
Yeah, the exact same version, but like everything is dumbed down by at least like probably around like half as far as the stats
It's like
go.
the Ancient Warrior armor light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. That's pretty much exactly what it is. And then we have, of course, the Ancient Warriors weapons. These have
Which they
existed.
didn't even have in the original beta.
No, they actually didn't. They
That was weird.
They only tested out the armor. I don't think they need to because the weapons already existed.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so for anyone that's familiar with LMS or more, I think readily is Deadman mode because pretty much everyone had these in Deadman mode from what I remember.
I remember trying Deadman mode, and I would just walk around doing clues trying to stay alive.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of this existed.
So we have, like I said, the Ancient Warriors weapons, which do exist in or have existed in LMS and Deadman mode for some time now, and we added them to the beta worlds for the second week. So I guess they weren't there for the first week; it was only the armor, and then they did add them. So
Yeah, just took a while.
yeah, they're not any different stat-wise than the pre-existing alternatives, but will follow the same rules as the rest of the Ancient Warriors equipment. So this is going to cost you quite a bit more than the 5 million
Oh my
GP.
god, yeah.
If you do want to activate and charge any of these weapons, similar to the Vesta's Blighted Longsword, each of these weapons will require 50 million GP to become usable in combat,
Jeez.
with this feed lost on death to whoever killed you.
That is so crazy.
So for anyone, this is pretty easy math, but if you're wondering how much it would cost you for a full set of Vesta's gear, it's going to cost you 65 million GP. Along with
God, yeah, because 3 pieces, 5 mil.
Yeah,
Ooh,
along with
spicy.
getting any of the, of course, if you wanted to get the gear first, I think you have to get the gear and then charge it. So whatever that's going to cost as well. I don't think it's going to be GP
people
though.
who use all this gear are really risking it, huh?
Yeah, it's definitely high risk
crazy.
but high reward. I mean,
True.
usually
You just have to be one person. You get quite lucky.
if you're a Vesta set fighting another Vesta set, then it's equal stakes.
True.
Something worth noting is that making this charging system feel intuitive and consistent across all the weapons, we've opted to make Morrigan's javelins and throwing axes an infinite charge weapon. Meaning you'll grab
Cool.
one javelin, charge it with GP, and then throw as many as your heart desires until you meet your untimely dead.
That makes sense to match it up with everything else.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, imagine if you just had to buy like, I mean, even,
Hundreds of them.
even if you bought like 500 and could imbue 500 at a time, that's still like, if you were on
You've
like
done way more.
a crazy like killing spree and killed like 15 dudes and ran out of throwing spears. And it's like, all right, cool. You didn't lose, but you got to pay another 50 mil to kill more
Right?
people.
That'd be frustrating.
Yeah, that
this
would
makes
suck.
sense. I like it.
So they do have, of course, all of these special attacks for all the weapons. Vestas consumes 25% of your special, and it deals between 20 and 120% of your max hit. Accuracy is also increased by 25% of the target's stab defense, or it rolls against 25% of the target's stab defense, so it effectively decreasing their stab defense.
Yes.
The Vesta's Spear, which consumes 50 special attack, damages up to 16 targets within 8 tiles around the player.
It's pretty good.
Additionally, it grants 4.8 seconds of immunity against melee attacks, which is a really long time, surprisingly.
That's nice if a clan's coming to jump you.
Yeah, it would be. That'd be really funny to see a bunch of people in like clan wars using that.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Then we have Stadius's Warhammer. Consumes 35 special attack, deals between 25 and 125% of your max hit, and lowers the target's defense, similar to that of a Dragon Warhammer. And then we have Morrigan's Javelins. Has unlimited charges, of course. 50% of the special attack is consumed, applies damage over time effects against players. Every 1.8 seconds, the target is dealt 5 damage until the total bleed damage equals the initial damage dealt by the special attack. So that's pretty cool. It does like an initial hit and then bleeds the target for additional amounts of damage.
Kind of like similar to poison damage.
Yeah, it could be a really good like stacking weapon for KOs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the Morrigan's Throwing Axe, which again, unlimited charges. For 50% of your special attack, hits between 20 and 120 of your max hit. Versus players increases the drain rate of their run energy by 6 times.
That's nuts.
So for anyone,
Bring your stamina pots, everyone.
yeah, if you are a bounty hunter of sorts, then this might be your go-to.
That's crazy.
And then finally, we have Zuriel's Staff. So boost ancient magic's combat spells while equipped. Ice is 10% more accurate, 50% more healing for blood. Smoke is 100% increased poison damage, and Shadow is 100% increased attack drain.
Nice.
That attack drain could be really big.
Definitely.
And the weapon also provides 10% magic bonus damage. So that'll be your only source of magic bonus damage, or obviously, if we're talking about the armor.
Yeah, the full Zuriel setup.
Yes. And if you'd like to check out all the weapons in one handy image, yet again, they
Another little compressed
did
image.
a nice little compressed image.
Moving on to weapon abuse. Alongside all the ancient warrior equipment, we've got some fresh spins on fan favorites that you seem to really enjoy in the beta. In case you didn't get a chance to try them out, we've detailed exactly how these bounty hunters
Bowner honey? Bowner honey?
how these bounty hunters' specific imbues differ from their ordinary counterparts. So the dark bow imbued. The dark bow is an absolutely iconic weapon in old school, especially when you get to see a special attack used in conjunction with dragon arrows. Despite its instantly recognizable appearance, it's not at its best in the last few years, so we've imbued it with the following changes in the beta worlds. So the range accuracy has been increased by 10, special attack cost has been reduced by 10%, both arrows fired by the special attack land at the same time, the minimum special attack damage for dragon arrows increased, and for non-dragon arrows increased as well, both by 2. Special attack damage now rolls between the minimum and maximum hits rather than being clamped by it. Ultimately, these changes aim to lean into the Dark Bow's existing KO power and make it a more reliable special attack weapon, while opening up the ability to combo it with other offerings.
Yeah, it's really funny that you used to be able to eat in between the attacks.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Moving on to the Barrel Chest Anchor imbued. This one's for all the 60 attack builds out there who've grown tired of dragon weaponry. We want to bolster this Nautical Nightmares KO potential to help 60 attack builds punch up a little, while still leaving enough of the gap for the Armadyl Godsword to be a worthwhile unlock. So the Crush bonus has been increased by 10, the Strength bonus also increased by 10, and the special attack damage was increased by 15% up to 25%.
Nice.
Yep. And if you guys didn't notice, I'm trying to use less numbers to make it less confusing. Hopefully it's helpful.
Yeah, for anyone
I'm not
wondering,
saying the exact numbers because I know I would hate that.
Yeah, for anyone wondering, the amount of numbers she's saying is half of the numbers that they provide.
Yeah, they put so many. I'm trying so hard to help you guys here. Next up is the Dragon Longsword imbued. The weapon of choice for Gilnor's champions. The Dragon Longsword, Obsidian Cape and Runeplate Body optional. Unlocked alongside the Dragon Dagger in the Lost City quest, this longsword's limited popularity is proof that bigger isn't always better. God, RuneScape. As it doesn't have much of a use case, while the Dragon Dagger remains particularly relevant for 60 attack builds. Our proposed change aims to make the Dragon Longsword a viable alternative against high defense targets, trading off max hits for much higher accuracy and potentially momentum swings while facing off against troublesome tanks.
Monumental swings.
That's what I almost said, man. And then I was like, mom swings.
Mom's swings.
So the stab bonus increase has gone up 4. Honestly, not even that much.
No.
The slash bonus increase has gone up 6. The special attack now gains plus 25% accuracy. Special attack delays your next attack by 4 ticks rather than 5. So you'll be able to keep on the offensive and dump your special attack energy in a similar fashion to the DD. So that's actually, that part's handy at least.
Yeah, I guess so. I just don't see anyone using it.
I didn't even know the longsword had a special.
Yeah, because no one, I mean, yeah.
I don't even know if I've ever had one.
The Dragon Sim has a special too, but no one ever uses it.
Next up is the Dragon Mace Imbued. If you've always dreamed about crushing your opponent's armor and smashing them to pieces with a big, red, spiky mace, then you should probably seek help. But you should also check out these slight tweaks to the Dragon Mace.
Hee.
I actually liked that joke because when I was reading it, I was like, God, this is like gnarly. And then they said seek help. And I was like, okay. So the stat bonus has been increased by a whopping 4 whole points. Numbers?
Wow.
Stats? I don't know. 4.
Big.
Crash bonus increase by 4.
You say crash bonus?
Crush bonus.
Crush bonus, my friends. Crush.
When it crashes into a crushing blow,
okay,
it's increased by 4. Special attack accuracy rolls against 60% of your target's defense. If you'd like more or less recreate the Battle of the Trident, and we're not talking about Kraken uniques, then this might be the bullet point for you. I don't even get what that means, but okay.
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 The final item is the Abyssal Dagger Imbued. As part of the Pulse 78, we reduced the special attack cost of this dagger to 25%. We'd like to propose the following boost inside Bounty Hunter to give it a place in PvP that isn't in the DD's shadow. So the stab bonus would be increased by 10, and the special attack damage reduction adjusted from negative 15% to negative 5%.
Sure.
These tweaks are small, but should we give builds with 70 attack the option of using that feels like a DD with a little more consistency, making those extra attack levels may feel worthwhile.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with all these changes, people might use the Dragon Dagger less, but
it's so good.
It kind of just seems
so
like people will
easy.
just continue to use the Dragon Dagger.
Yeah. I mean, we'll probably see some people at least doing it and mixing it up.
Yeah,
but
at least it gives people an option, I guess.
it's nice to have options.
And when they pull out the Dragon Mace, they might not look entirely crazy.
Yeah, when they go to use the crash attack.
Yes, the big crasher.
Yeah.
Also, as far as experience goes, on top of all of the above, we'd like to offer 2 rewards relating to experience.
Ooh.
I actually saw some people's opinions on this as well.
Oh, I did not.
The first and easiest option for players to spend their hard-earned bounty hunter points is combat experience. It's very similar to Void Knight commendations at Pest Control, or, I think, is that it, actually? Can you get experience anywhere else?
I don't remember.
I think there is one more place that I'm forgetting.
They only mentioned Pest Control.
Either way, it's going to be similar to Pest Control, where you get points, and then you are able to spend the points, bank them up, and spend them however you please, and you can spend them on attack, strength, defense. They don't list that here, but that's how it is in the Void Knight arena, at least. So, yeah, I've seen people go from, 50 prayer up to 99 prayer just doing stuff like this, so...
To be clear, it takes a long time.
It
is not a lot of XP.
It does take a very long time. But if you are, for example, like a certain type of pure, this might help you out in ways of gaining experience. So also the second ability is to remove a limited amount of XP via the same interface. And so the second is the ability to remove a limited amount of XP via the same interface. So
be unlimited.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to go back to being a noob.
These are intended as a means for players who have made a mistake or two and
a mistake or two
and might have
I love the way you said.
I know, I was all like
a mistake or two.
Yeah. Oh goodness
to
gracious.
What?
And might have gained some XP in a stat that they weren't planning on. We'd like to offer lamps in increments of 10, 50, and 100 XP, allowing players to remove up to a maximum of 500 XP from combat skills on their account.
Remove the limit, you cowards.
This number might seem low, but ramping this up much higher might lead to players making use of unlocks to progress their account before moving themselves down to 1 defense, something we're keen to avoid to try and keep people on a evil or even playing field.
An evil playing field.
An evil playing
That's
field.
how Robert really feels about PvPers, I guess. He just called you guys evil.
So I don't know. I mean, I get it where they feel like, I don't know, do they feel like they can't program that in a way where like your equipped weapon like constantly checks your combat?
I don't get it. I think it'd be very chaotic to just let people go crazy with their combat XP. So I just think it'd be entertaining and that they're taking away my entertainment here.
Yeah, I think it'd be...
That's my main qualm.
I think that's... I mean, I'm trying not to be super critical here, but that kind of just seems lazy to me.
Ooh, spicy.
Well, it's because like from a programmer's perspective, that's just because they're only checking if you can equip an item once, and then if you have it equipped, they never check again.
That's their issue?
I mean,
That's
yeah,
really
because
funny.
that's what they're saying is if you are like, 78 defense or
I kind of just
78
assumed
strength.
that every time you equipped it, it like does like an automatic check.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you don't ever unequip a rapier and then get your attack back down to 0 or something like that, it won't ever check again. So you could
weird.
you could wear the rapier forever.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah.
You know, that reminds me of Club Penguin having a membership for a month and keeping my outfit on because if I removed it, I wouldn't be able to wear it again.
Yeah,
Similar
sure.
vibes.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly how the membership items are whenever you lose members.
True, yeah. I love when a free play world's wearing all my gear.
Yeah, you go to a free play world and you are free to play and you have full bandos on. It won't matter until you take it off.
Yeah. It's basically like you're not wearing anything, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you take it off, you can't put it back on either, I'm pretty sure.
No, exactly. So that's what I'm saying, where they have...
Weird that they don't do that.
They wrote it in the code where they only check once. Like, not even every couple minutes. They just only ever check once.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't know, obviously, how their code base works or anything like that, but it just seems like you could make it so it checks every so often, and then this wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that is a legitimate concern, to be fair, though, so I understand why they don't want to do it. It just seems kind of lame.
Moving on to my favorite part of all of this, of course, cosmetics.
Big cosmetics.
Yeah, so they are going to have some dragon equipment ornament kits, show some early concepts off for these earlier in the year, as well as a few models for them that we made in the past and never wound up surfacing. Players seem to like the aesthetic, and turns out they're pretty simple for us to make. So you can see these concepts below on their post, but in general, they're like, all like the dragon stuff is like black with like red highlights.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty
Pretty
cool.
much, if you've ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender and seen like a bunch of the
the firebenders.
yeah, a bunch of the firebenders, they wear a lot of like black and red trimmed
Yeah,
armor.
it's just like
reminds
that.
me of that a lot.
Isn't that like Targaryen in Game of Thrones too, or something?
I've never seen it.
Yeah, literally, their full list is so mega long. It's basically everything that you could think of dragon.
Yeah, it's dagger, mace, sword, scimitar, longsword, warhammer, battle axe, claws, spear, halberd, two-handed sword, crossbow, boots, med helm, square shield, plate legs, plate skirt, and chain body.
Okay, one thing that's very cool is the med helm. They added horns to it.
Yes.
I actually like that a lot.
It does
That
look
looks
cool.
very cool.
And it's also cool because I like that they made it so the dragons on the shields aren't red. They're actually just alternative shades of gray.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
So it's like a black on black effect.
Yeah, I think you guys will really like it.
Yeah,
I mean, at least I like
pretty
it.
cool. Also, I'm really excited about the next ones because we were teased with this a long time ago.
Yes. Okay. So before moving on to that, though, additionally, we asked you in a survey to name any one item you'd love to see get a cosmetic kit upgrade. The most popular choices were the Needs Not helm and the fighter torso.
Yes.
Yes, the fighter torso is the ugliest.
Yeah.
It looks like a kid's Halloween costume where you could go and get a fake six-pack.
Honestly, they both suck.
Needs Not helmet is okay. The fighter torso is uglier,
The
though.
Needs Not helmet, okay, the base version really sucks. And the upgraded face guard version is like
That's what I'm thinking of, to be fair.
But it's like not okay.
I mean, given how hard it is to get, you should make it real fancy.
Yeah.
You should be like
especially
gold.
if you're an Iron Man, it's kind of an annoying grind.
Yeah. So yeah, there's going to be a poll question for both of these. The poll question for any of these kits pass will share imagery for all the rewards at a later date and give you an opportunity to provide feedback before adding any to the game. So finally, we've got a question for some other PvP-centric kits.
Wait, which one do you think you would pick?
What?
The Needs Not or the other one?
I think Fighter Torso needs it more, but I don't use it, so maybe the need's not home.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like a lot of people avoid the fighter's torso, so naturally, I think more people would benefit from the needs not.
But I think a lot of people use the Fire Torso early on. We used that for months, both of us.
I mean, we did, but I know a lot of people would just straight up avoid that content.
True. Maybe they'd be more likely to get it if it looked cool.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. It just looks so bad, man. It's just gray with fake abs.
Yeah, it's not.
It's really bad.
It's not very good.
But anyway, yeah. So this one of the PvP centric kits that we initially pulled alongside Amir's Arena way back when. These are the ones that Robert really likes. So they have a couple more kit ideas. These are going to be pulled again, and these include the Elder Chaos robes, the Heavy Ballista, and the Elder Maul.
I really just like the Elder Chaos robes. Also, it's really sad that they have the ornament kit for the D-claws here, but they didn't.
They don't include on the list.
They're not going to pull them.
That sucks because they would have been black.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, they're doing all the dragon stuff. I wonder.
Oh,
did we miss it?
No, it says Dragon Claws. I'm a fool.
Yes. Okay, no. There's no. I mean, the list for all the dragon stuff is massive.
They don't show a picture for the Dragon Claws,
Okay,
which
but
is
yeah.
why I was confused.
Yo, they look so cool. They're black.
Yeah, I really like the Chaos robes because they're, I mean, pretty much not. I don't know about best, obviously not best in slot, but I think
They
they're
look
one
really
of the
dope.
most used robes in the entire game.
Aren't they usually just red?
Yeah, they're usually just all red.
Yeah, now they're black and red.
Yeah, they look really good.
I really I like the Elder Maul because it looks like Bando's gear.
Yeah,
It has
and
spikes on it.
even though they're redoing the Chaos or the Heavy Ballista, I feel like they could make it look a little bit cooler.
Honestly, it's just kind of bland.
Yeah,
But I mean, I don't use it, so it's more like Armadillo colors.
yeah,
which is
it's
cool enough.
Well, it's more like Bando's gear. Like it looks, if you look at the Bando's Maul.
True,
or
it's very like beige and gray.
Yeah, the Elder Maul I think looks cool. I don't know. I don't even know if it looks better though.
I think so. I think it looks better.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't use it, so
It just looks different.
I just like ornament kits. I know some people are like, why add them? But I mean, just a fun little thing. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
It's cool to have a little bit more customization.
And then we have the high scores. So as a final point, we're asking what you'd like us to do with high scores. This new iteration of Bounty Hunter differs a fair bit from the previous version, so we'd like to figure out exactly how to handle the pre-existing Bounty Hunter high scores. We're not able to archive the old results, so we realistically have two options for you to choose between. Option one is to create a brand new high scores table, titled something like Bounty Hunter Crater, and leave the old Bounty Hunter high score visible. Or option two is just continue adding points to the old Bounty Hunter high score table, meaning some players will start out high on the high scores, a lot higher than others, but it may not matter.
I don't know, because I mean, then it's kind of starting it out on such an uneven playing field.
Yeah.
Because if those people keep playing, then they just get to keep their number one position, whereas opposed to like all these people who didn't have an opportunity to play last time are just like at the bottom.
Yeah, I don't know. It also seems like they said they can't archive the old results, but it kind of seems like with option one they are. Because like they leave them visible, but you're never going to be able to alter them. So that's essentially archiving them.
They also say that if neither option proves more popular than the other, then they're open to other suggestions. You guys think a better solution? Maybe another thing would be better.
Yeah, I mean, maybe another thing would be better, but really it only seems like option one is a real option. Option two is just to continue where you left off.
Yeah, that doesn't seem fair to everyone
That
trying
seems
for the
so
first
weird.
time.
They're all like, all right, so everyone that's racing NASCAR has moved over to IndyCar racing. We'll just keep the records the same. Like, it's a completely different thing at this point. It's like, yeah, sure, they're both the similar, but definitely not the same.
Same thing. But anyway, that is it for the Bounty Hunter rewards. So head over to your nearest in-game poll booth or navigate to the community tab under your account management and game to cast your votes. I will definitely be voting on this one.
Yes.
I might skip that last one. No,
yeah,
actually,
I don't know.
I want the first or I want something else. Definitely don't want the second option.
Yeah, the second option just seems weird.
Yeah, but I'm gonna super vote yes on the ornament kits.
Yes. And then we have the new skill refinement kickoff blog. So this is for anyone that's been sleeping under a rock, the first of many posts about the new skill, which is of course going to be sailing. So the sailing skill, this one is going to introduce the sailing to everyone, I guess. That's their plan with this.
They're going over just like the whole process that they're going to be doing.
Yeah. So this is going over, like she said, the whole process, and it shows us where we are, which is at the refinement stage. And then the next one is going to be locking in the new skill, which kind of feels like a formality at this point. I really do not in any way see us going backwards.
I think that they have to though, because otherwise people would be annoying and be like, "Well, how would we know?"
Yeah, it's funny because like there's all these purple arrows saying that we can technically go back, but yeah, I don't see in any world where that happens.
Yeah. But anyway, for the introduction, the new skill pitches poll was one of the most exciting in OSR's history. Over 178,000 of you had your say. Almost at 700,000. Nice.
Same.
We appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time to vote. If you were there, give yourself a big pat on the back. Go on, you deserve it.
Nope.
Oh, I was going to.
Nope.
Never mind, I put my hand down. When the votes were counted, sailing took the crown as the community's favorite skill. Thousands of you love the idea of exploring new areas, taking on scary sea monsters, and upgrading your very own boat. No matter what kind of player you are, sailing has a little something for everyone.
Yeah.
Over the next few months, we'll work with you to transform ideas into formal designs. We've got loads of fantastic concepts to show you, and soon you'll be able to tell us which ones you think should be part of the new skill.
So this is going to be covering pretty much everything in the skill, starting off with the refinement. So our journey to the sailing design blog starts by covering 4 key topics, each of which will get around 2 weeks worth of feedback time. Like I said, this is going to be a several month process.
Oh, yes.
So the 4 are going to be the core system and gameplay loops, navigation and map/C scale, reward space, and finally the overall game integration and lore.
I think lore-wise, it's pretty easy.
Yeah,
We
lore-wise,
already have ships.
lore-wise is pretty easy. I honestly think the very first point is going to be by far the most difficult.
Yeah, the gameplay loop is going to be
and core
the weirdest.
systems, because obviously this is going to be a brand new system.
Mhm.
They have nothing like this
It'll
in
be
the game
weird.
currently.
I'm excited.
Once we've discussed these topics thoroughly, we can move on to a longer, detailed design for you to vote on. So that's going to be at the very end of the process.
Yeah, we are up way in the beginning. There's like 7 more tiles on their little plan to go through.
Yes, and by the time we get done with this blog, you'll know that they don't have plans to finish this until pretty much the end of July.
Oh, the refinement, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the skill. I was like, the skill's not going to be out till next year.
Yeah. Now, a few ground rules when it comes to the discussion. Over the next couple of months, we'll be addressing each topic in order, and we'd prefer if you all stuck closely to that current topic. You might have a great feedback in mind, but keep hold of it until we get to that relevant topic.
I could see how that'd be annoying. They're talking about the gameplay loop, and people are like, but this reward.
Exactly. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. You can look forward to a dedicated blog and a Discord stages call for each topic, which will be used to explain and share what the team has been working on. To kick us off, we've got a survey in this very blog post where you'll get the chance to tell us about your thoughts, about your initial ideas. We'll follow up with the usual array of feedback. I like surveys, but I really just want them to do everything in game.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a lot of people that don't look at this. And
I think that
really annoying.
I wish that they could like make polls that you can type answers on in game at the poll booth or something.
But then I don't think they would have time to filter through all that. This is really just to get a consensus on stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really do the surveys.
The surveys are the same exact thing as the polls, just not in game.
Yeah.
Which
makes it harder for everyone to get access to.
Yeah, it's like, all right, of the 100,000 people that vote, which is not that much, only like, 10 or 20,000 would check out the survey.
Yeah.
Which is, a fraction of a fraction.
I feel like less than that even, I'm sure.
Yeah. Either way, once we've discussed all 4 topics, we'll present a detailed design blog with everything we've learned. Remember, nothing is locked in until we've received the 70-30 poll, which lets us start work on the beta. So there's still plenty of time for us to take feedback on board. Lastly, we want to reassure everyone that our feedback is incredibly valuable to us. If you didn't vote for sailing, you're still very welcome to participate in discussion.
You didn't vote for sailing, you're actually not allowed to speak to us.
True, or my friends. In fact, your ideas might be the most valuable of all. Probably not, but maybe. We're hoping to improve sailing based on your feedback. So dissenting opinions are really important. For anyone that doesn't know, dissenting is like opposing opinions.
I was like, differing?
Together, we can make sailing the best skill it can be. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, make sure that if you didn't vote for it, you still have feedback, because regardless of whether or not you voted for it, this will be in the game. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have to play it eventually,
as long as it gets approved.
Unless you're,
vote.
One of those bizarre no sailing locked accounts.
There probably will be a lot.
And remember, once we've fully explored sailing, we plan to revisit the runner-up skill, shamanism. Sure. We're really looking forward to exploring not 1, but 2 fantastic new skills.
Better, I swear.
I highly doubt it. Either way, we have topic 1.
core system and gameplay loops. So this will be happening in mid-May. As you know, sailing will be an open world skill allowing brave buccaneers to explore the seas of Gilnor, engaging in various maritime activities and upgrading their ships to better withstand the challenges they'll face in open waters. We're kicking off the refinement stage by discussing the core system and the gameplay loops in detail. It's a critical topic because we know your biggest concern with this skill is that it might feel like a minigame. This topic will help us steer away from that outcome. We need your help to choose the best skilling methods for sailing. Share your favorite ideas with us so that we can create an exciting gameplay loop that feels 100% old school. During refinement, we'll iron out what we reckon are the best, most enjoyable training methods, whether they be solo, group-based, high-intensity, or AFK-able. Another question we're interested to hear the answer to is how much time you'd like to actually spend out at sea, instead of exploring the islands you'll discover on your adventures.
Yeah, interesting. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I like the idea of exploring islands, to be fair.
Yeah.
That's some of the most fun in sailing to me.
I was thinking similarly to Slayer, where
which they don't want to do that's similar to Slayer, though.
I know, but I was thinking of Slayer, how it's a little too long, where like if you get 175 black demons, that's a few hours at least.
I hate it.
Unless you're like completely blasting through it, that's probably a few hours for most people. So I was like, I want something shorter than that, so I was thinking like 30 minutes per boat trip.
Okay, to get to islands.
Well, including the islands and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
like if you go out, maybe it takes 5, 7, 10 minutes to get there, then you're there doing stuff for like 10, maybe 20 minutes, and then you come back, which is shorter than going there maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe altogether it's 30 or 40 minutes.
Say that on the survey.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, that question and more will be answered whenever they finish the first refinement phase. So topic number 2.
Navigation and map/sea scale. So in late May, we have the core gameplay nailed down, hopefully. We can start thinking about another key aspect of the skill, how players will navigate the sea, and how big those seas are supposed to be. The navigation interfaces you're familiar with from quests like Bon Voyage and Enlightened Journey might be a fantastic nostalgia trip, but they're a bit clunky. Yeah, I don't think clicking up and down and left and right like you do in Enlightened Journey will be good enough. So obviously you'll be spending a significant amount of time moving your boat around while sailing, so this is a real cornerstone of the design. As sailing will not be an instant skill, we want to discuss how the world of Gilnor will expand with this new content. We want to add loads of new islands and hidden secrets, and of course, the new world map must be large enough to harbor hundreds of players and their ships on the open sea. So they're going to be gathering feedback on this following topic to get more accurate information. Lastly, we want to ensure sailing seamlessly integrates with the existing locations and travel methods. A player should expect to be able to sail right up to Catherby Beach and ask the players there about their fishing levels. While this is something we'll touch on in this topic, we'll come back to it when it's time. I don't know if that's really realistic. If you think about it, a boat is, several tens or hundreds of times bigger than a person. So I don't know why you'd be able to sail up to someone in Catherby.
No, we haven't gone to it. They say in topic 4 that by sailing it means we all get a little rowboat.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, that's what it seems like.
You get a little baby rowboat.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you are.
I guess it mean like you can go to the port.
Are you gonna get boat shoes or something?
You get little boat shoes.
Yeah.
You're in a little rowboat.
I'm thinking of like all these Famous Saint Marys and all these boats.
Saint Rowboat.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if this boat would fit anywhere near that harbor. That's a pretty small area.
It'll be interesting to see how they integrate that. But yeah, they said that they're going to talk about that even more whenever they get to the topic for game integration and lore.
Yeah, sure. Either way, if your USS Enterprise does not fit there, hopefully they'll find a way. But we have topic 3, which is the reward space.
Yes, so this should be happening mid-June. While the core concept of letting players traverse the sea and explore new destinations is an awesome reward in itself, we want to offer more from sailing, including an array of utility benefits for your account and the ability to own and upgrade a ship of your own. It was funny, the first sentence reminds me of like internships, where they're just like, the fact they're getting experience is reward enough. You don't need to get paid.
It is.
No, it's not. Obviously, travel is a key reward space from sailing, but we don't want this skill to just be a more in-depth alternative to charter ships and teleports. Instead, we want sailing to be a free-form exploration method, which lets you go wherever you want rather than a predefined speedy route to a destination.
I was just imagining how funny it would be if they removed all like the charter boats and then they're all like, yeah, if you want to sail to Brimhaven, now you have to do it in real time.
Please.
Just worse in every single way.
In this way, we're also ensuring that the reward space doesn't crowd out existing travel options. So instead, listing about all the unique items, resources, and treasures you may find out at seas. And yes, that may well include pirate cosmetics.
It better.
It better, right? And boat shoes. Well,
They should honestly have like a saber. I mean, obviously the brine saber exists,
best
but
in slow brine saber.
they should have like I don't know, like
A little pirate one.
yeah, like a pirate one.
I mean, maybe they'll do one.
Maybe it's made from like your first
Your first mate's dead body.
your first mate's like wooden leg or something is like the handle.
Jesus. While discussing this topic, we'll consider how rewards can enhance existing skills and other gameplay, ensuring that sailing has a meaningful impact even when you're not at sea. As always, we're also mindful about power creep. It's important that we get the right balance for these rewards to ensure they feel motivating enough to grind for without disrupting the game's delicate economy.
Yeah, just imagine the catastrophe it'll be if this scale goes
We get a
through,
saber.
and they're all like, "All right, so we added 7 new best in slot items. This is exactly like Desert Treasure 2 again,
But it's underwater.
but it's underwater. All new rings."
All right, moving on to the final topic, number 4.
Which is game integration and lore. Like we said, this might be the easiest one, and you can expect this around late June. So yeah, by the time we get down to this, it'll be pretty much July. Sailing has to feel like it's been a part of Gilnor since the beginning.
It is. There's boats everywhere.
That's true. Canoeing has been in here for a long time.
True.
For example, we already have loads of ports in the game, but what purpose might they have in sailing? None.
Yeah, I just imagine that they're their own thing.
Yeah, I agree. But, I mean, obviously, maybe not. Your input will decide whether they serve simply as a place to dock your boat, or whether they will serve a greater purpose. There's also tons of existing lore dealing with sailing and the sea. We know we've got some budding lore hounds out there, and we'd love to hear from you about how we can tie existing lore to sailing.
Easily.
As you explore more of Gilnor's oceans, of course, you'll meet new NPCs and travel to exciting new places. So this is also your opportunity to tell us which as yet unvisited lore you'd like to encounter.
Mermaids. I mean, we have
Murmurs.
mermaids, but like better what?
Murmurs.
More of them.
I hope it's like the actual mermaids where it's like
Creepy.
where it's like they're, they lure you in, but then you have to fight them.
Sirens.
Yeah, exactly.
Sirens. Yeah, add sirens. And like a giant squid.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. I mean,
Yeah.
we already have the Kraken.
But I mean, the Kraken's not scary. Add a
Okay.
scary one.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we already have the one from Fishing Trawler as well.
Listen, I just want another Kraken.
Okay.
That's how we can
You
integrate
can't
sailing
think of
in that.
any other things like a giant whale or something?
A giant whale would be cool too.
I mean, yeah, we got Moby Dick. So you can do like that. He was a pirate, I think.
I thought that was the whale. No, the whale's name is something else.
I
I don't know. Siren sounds like the coolest though.
Yeah, Siren, like a Siren Cove that you can go into.
They
That'd be
lure you
cool.
in and then you have to fight them.
Maybe that's just like one of the islands you go to.
Yeah.
And maybe
Siren's Cove.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be
A
cool.
lot of quest ideas that can have sailing as requirements too.
Yeah, I think this will be, like we said, the easiest one to add. So yeah, but I mean, if you have any specific ideas like we were just talking about, then maybe you can add it as part of your feedback.
Yes, they have a link to their survey that you can go and tell them what you think. But remember, it's just going to be one topic at a time.
Yes.
So right now it's just like the Refinement blog number 1 and kickoff survey. It's just gonna be asking like random questions about how you feel about sailing, and then it'll get more detailed later on.
Exactly. Also, for the very last one, I forgot to mention, visuals will be a very big part of this topic. So look forward to feasting your eyes on some nautical mock-ups.
Very excited for that.
Very excited. And so they do have a full list of all the stuff we just mentioned. So if you're concerned about the dates or anything like that, they do have a really succinct little list of everything that's going to be happening from Monday, the 24th of April, which of course already passed,
There's
all
this
the
one.
way to mid-July, which is the final part of this refinement process called Sailing Refinement Summary Blog. And that's where they'll have everything done. It'll summarize the results of the refinement, including what changes were made. It's uncertain at this time whether we'll be in a position to present the full detailed design blog, but hopefully we'll nearly be there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much everything there. Like Michelle said, we do have a refinement kickoff survey here linked to this blog. So like I said, check out the description of the video or just go to the news post.
Yep. All right, so moving on to the game jam stuff, which I'm like super excited about. We're just gonna real quickly, not spend too much time, go over some of the ideas that we've seen on Twitter from the mods.
Yes.
Some really good ones.
A lot of the mods have been leaking / spoiling, just randomly putting up pictures on Twitter of all the stuff they've been working on.
Yes. So the first one that actually like I've seen a lot of different mods tweeting stuff about is a completionist cape project. So Jagex Mod Husky said, I wanted to create an interface that would make it clear how much progress you have to make towards achieving this spectacular goal. So completionist capes, they also like have some designs for them, like max capes, adding like different things to the back of it.
Yeah.
And they show like some of the recolors and things and like infernal max capes. This is actually the only thing that I'm like, I don't know. So all the requirements aren't set in stone, but people are wondering like if you'd have to finish like Grandmaster Combat Achievement stuff. It's basically like you do everything and you get these capes.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is the one that I'm least sure about because for some reason people don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a cool idea, but I think including everything, I don't know. I mean, I guess so, but I still, maybe it's because I know I'll never do it.
Yeah, so requirements are not set in stone yet, but from what I can imagine, it would be like you have music cape, diary cape, quest cape, maxed account, and you've maybe done all the combat achievements, if I had to guess.
Yeah, either way, they definitely don't have an idea of what's happening because their mock-up they have here shows your skilling as 25 out of 29, even though this person is maxed. So apparently there's more to do in skilling achievements for this completion cape, even outside of maxing.
Yeah, no, there's a lot more. It's like everything.
Yeah, so apparently there's just...
maybe, they're not sure.
Yeah, apparently there's just going to be a ton of stuff included in this. Like I said, it's kind of cool, and it's
something to work towards.
I'm not oblivious to the fact that there are people at that point in the game that would like content like that, but as someone that knows that they will probably never, or, maybe 100 years from now get to that content, then it's just not as exciting.
They just have to add more stuff other than things that are added. Like, they'd have to add another thing that you have to complete to do it. Yeah. Because as is right now, a lot of people could just auto-complete it.
Yeah, I guess
Which is, like, weird.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of interesting. But also...
Yeah. The designs are cool, though, I'll say.
It's a completionist cape, which, like, I don't know. The combat achievements kind of seem, like, outside the realm of what I would call a completionist. Mm-hmm. Like, if you have done all the raids 100 times, all the bosses 100 times, and everything else in the game, including all the diaries and stuff like that, you're maxed, I'd say that person was essentially a completionist. And I mean, obviously that's not...
But they deserve this cape?
I mean, yeah, it's called the completionist cape.
You wouldn't get it. You have to complete the collection log to get it.
I know, it's like...
Every item.
It's like, at what point are you a completionist? It's like, I don't know. I feel like if you've done...
It's always changing. It's hard to answer.
Yeah, if you've done, like, hundreds of all of the content in the game, including, treasure trails and everything in between, all the mini games, then it's like, yeah, that person's pretty much a completionist. Like,
yeah.
There's nothing in the game they don't know except for, like, the most highest achievement of combat.
True. Next up is an idea from Mod Goblin. So, Mod Goblin says, I've been working with Mod Mankid on collating a whole bunch of wildy-focused content and designing or adapting players' overhauls, adjustments to breathe some extra life into this barren wasteland. So they have a couple ideas like the wilderness agility, like do a moneymaker overhaul, do some wildy slayer loot buffs, increase drop rates from a couple of places.
Increase key drop rates.
Increase key drops from a couple places. Doing an overhaul for the resource area, which I think would actually be really nice. Like, it seems pretty outdated.
It is. It really is.
And then doing loot buffs at a couple of the different bosses. Like a lot of good ideas here, I think, actually.
Yeah, a thieving rework, which would be cool.
Yeah, like in the way back, what's it called, Rogue's Den?
Yeah.
Is that Rogue's Den? Yeah. They have like tons of ideas for this.
Yeah, it's not the Rogue's Den, but it's like where all the rogues are.
Rogue's Castle or something.
Yeah,
There's two different rogues areas.
Yeah, and then they even say that they want some of the bosses to do less damage.
That's interesting.
I'm pretty sure, isn't that Venenatus's room?
I think so, yeah. There's like a circle circling the outside. It doesn't say names. It just says, do less damage, please.
It's a very nondescript map of what they want to do, but with just some key words and things circled.
One thing that I really like is they wrote wilderness only clues.
Yeah,
I think that'd be fun.
that would be cool.
I like to include scrolls, and that would be a lot of fun.
And Goblin does go on to say in their tweets that as a team of brand new devs, quote unquote, and community managers with no brain, we're not exactly pumping out models and demos, but we've written up a lot of
Information.
we've written up a lot, perhaps too much to share at this point. Perhaps we can pick some faves to talk about more if people are fancy to it and wanted to share at least something.
Yeah.
Some content includes clues, system overhauls such as the Trover Parchment, however you say it, additional loot incentives for Slayer, Agility, Scorpia, Chaos Elemental,
All the bosses.
pretty much all the bosses, the resource area, Rogues Chest Thieving, scattered quality of life like supply drops on all the NPCs for extended trips, and
Ooh.
standardizing NPC respawn timers wildy wide.
I think that's a great idea. The supply drops, so you don't have to leave.
Absolutely. Content is a little sprawling, but it's fun to work on tweaking what's already there. This time last year, I'd worked a little on the Wilderness expansion with Sofan, Isa, and Rock, which obviously when we saw it looked really cool.
I still hope that becomes a thing. They did seem interested in it.
Hopefully. And put together a suite of smaller changes on some Wilderness mainstays. And they actually have a full list with many bullet points on all the things they'd want to change. Like we said, clue scrolls, changes to Wildy Slayer, Task, the Cave, as well as potential designs for even more things like the Agility course, system reworks such as mangled or repair cost balancing for items, mining, smithing, of course, all that stuff. So pretty much changing everything, including bosses like Callisto and Venenatis, or Scorpia, of course.
Yeah.
So tons of changes that Mod Goblin and Rock have been trying to work up.
Yeah, I think this sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Most of those I am quite a fan of.
Yeah, honestly, they do seem pretty cool. And speaking of Mod Rock, they actually have some changes of their own.
Yeah, so Mod Rock was actually asking everyone like some ideas that they would have about Slayer things specifically. One of this, it's a very simple image that they posted. It looks like a bunch of Post-it notes, but like one thing they wrote was Slayer helms, and it shows a helm plus a Bloodveld.
Yeah.
Yes, we need a Bloodveld Slayer helm.
Okay.
I don't know if it's this person, but someone else.
I want the face to be the same face as the blood
just
veld.
like,
Yeah, just a giant tongue sticking out.
I think it was this person I responded to asking for more Slayer helms for all the bosses, like a Hellhound one.
Yeah.
The puppy ears would be cute. But yeah, there's also some like Slayer weapon cosmetics, like maybe a Hydra DHCV would look really, really cool.
That would look really cool.
Yeah, Mod Skylark actually put an image for that, and it looks really pretty. And it looks like it has the 3 different heads even slightly. And then like a gargoyle hammer. So what's that called? Is that a hammer?
Yes,
Maul?
it's the granite maul.
Granite Maul, thank you. Yeah, just a couple more things like some group Slayer task areas, Slayer themed teleports and animations, new NPC variations. Actually, similarly, Mod Skylark wanted to introduce a potential new group Slayer Masters. This was in collaboration with Mod Rock and Mod Halo. So these are three little homies. They're all like super emo and they're black and red.
Yeah, they're modeled after ranged melee and mage NPCs, also known as the, quote unquote the Council.
Yes.
So this could potentially be a good idea for a new group Slayer Master. It seems like it'd be focused on group content. So like you'd only go there if you wanted to slay with your homies.
Oh, I think that's such a fun idea. I like that there's multiple different things about Slayer that they're all recommending, and like that was 3 different tabs I have. I just was able to combine them all because they have so many cool ideas for it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that all of this content you have to pretty much be following all of the mods to get it all.
Yeah, or you could use on Twitter the hashtag OSRS Game Jam. That's how I've been finding most of this. I don't follow all of them because I follow too many accounts as it is.
Yeah. So a lot to go over, and there's going to be more stuff obviously as the week goes on.
Yeah. One of the best ones.
Michelle's favorite.
No, this is my second favorite.
They put her in the game.
No.
So Mod Sarni actually has a new fantastic free-to-play boss that teaches core mechanics like movement, gear, prayer swapping, and their picture that they mocked up is glorious. It is a picture of 3 giant rats. One that's blue, one
wearing
that's
a wizard's hat.
Oh, I'll get to that. One that's blue, one that's red, and one that's green. Obviously, the blue one is going to teach you how to mage or go against mage properly, so it's wearing a wizard's hat. The red one will teach you how to counter melee, so it is naturally has a Grazi rapier in its mouth.
Between his teeth.
Between its teeth, ready to fight.
Most scary of all.
And the scariest of all is the ranged green rat, which has a dwarven autocannon on its back.
Watch out for Cannon Rat. It's going to come get you.
Cannon rat. And Hootie
Actually
OSRS
did
has
that image.
a greatly cinematic version of you fighting this said rat.
This Cannon Rat.
Cannon rat lord.
Yes. I love this. That even Rolex, people much cooler than me, are making better models. I love these models.
Yeah.
I just want these colorful rats holding random stuff with a cannon on its back.
Yes.
That sounds beautiful, and I want it so bad.
So this was really funny, but honestly, I think it would be really, really cool for them to add a free-to-play boss that
especially
did teach
practicing
you,
stuff like that.
Yeah, that could like basically teach you these things.
Yeah, I didn't
maybe
know
it doesn't
that.
maybe it doesn't even reward you anything really good, but it just teaches you how to actually play the game, because it is a really long time before you actually learn how to play the game.
Oh my gosh, the prayer switching and stuff is so hard. Like I feel like I didn't know how to do that during I think it was Monkey Madness 2. You have to prayer switch to the demonic grills and stuff.
Yeah.
I just let Neve kill them because I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, it's kind of rough, because unless you like really go at your own pace trying to learn how to do switches and stuff like that, like if I think the first real thing you might go against is like Barrows, because you have to switch prayers, not fast, but you have to switch prayers, and you have to switch gear.
I'm assuming that all three of these are at the same time and that they're going to take turns attacking.
Yeah.
So that you can practice switching all at once, which is different from Barrows at least.
Yeah, absolutely. Barrows, it's still very slow, and then like you said, whenever you get to demonics, it's a real wake-up call, because they will kill you.
Horrifying. But yeah, I think this is a great idea, especially to make it free to play.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah. A couple more things left is this one I think is really cool, especially because I just got a graceful recolor. But Mod Jerv said, tired of everyone looking the same? Worry not. Combine your graceful outfit with a skilling outfit. So Jerv, Mod Skylark, and Mod Hen introduced some fresh new fits to run around in. And they look so good. It's the graceful combined with the rune crafting outfit, farming outfit, and smithing outfit.
Yeah.
I think these are really handy, especially I mean, all three of these, honestly, they're outfits that you want to wear all the time, but at the same time, they slow you down.
Exactly.
I never wear my farming outfit because I always wear graceful when I'm farming.
It's really, sadly, it's kind of a disservice the way they have it set up to skilling outfits, because it's like, for the farming outfit, it's like, obviously you want to wear the farming outfit, but who really is going to just forego the
graceful
the
benefits.
graceful? And then it's like, do you then carry the farming outfit in your backpack and then just like swap whenever you're about to start farming? Like, no one does that.
Yeah.
So it's like you end up just not ever using it.
Another thing was in forestry, they were talking about having the backpacks to hold your outfits for you.
Yeah.
This would be a good alternative to it, or just an addition to it. You have multiple options now.
Yeah, like maybe they could like make it not as powerful as each of them. So like, for example, obviously graceful reduces your weight by a lot. So maybe it just wouldn't reduce your weight and would still give you the longevity of extra run.
Yeah, they're not sure. Like Modger himself said that he wants them to have all the perks at once, but they are not sure if that would be too powerful.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
I don't know if it'd be too powerful.
So like, I think maybe it would give you, obviously for the rune crafting one, you'd still get 60% more runes, but maybe they don't weigh as little, so that it still takes more run energy, but less as if you had not worn it at all.
Yeah.
So that people that still want to min-max, they would still bring both outfits, although no one does that for rune crafting. Literally 0 people do that for rune crafting. But for example, just, if they wanted to, then if you wanted to really, really min-max, then you would have each outfit.
Yeah. I think that the designs also look really cool.
Yeah.
The rune crafting one has like the tiara on the hat and everything too. It's really pretty.
I think it's a good idea, because everyone just looks, everyone just wears graceful, which is something that people have always been upset about, because it's negative fashion scape points.
Yeah, literally. I mean, I'm glad that I got the speed quest one. Like, it looks really good, but in general, like, graceful's not the most unique clothes in the game.
Yeah.
The final thing, this is my actual favorite. They might bring capybaras to the game, baby.
Yeah, so for anyone that doesn't know, capybaras is essentially our like stream
it's
mascot.
Yeah.
So all of our stream stuff is themed after capybaras.
Yeah, what's it called? Like
our sub
badges.
icon? Yeah.
Our badges are all capybaras. Our emotes are capybaras. I have a capybara tattoo on my arm.
Yeah, so essentially they copied our theme.
Yeah. Capybaras, if you didn't know, they're just the world's largest rodent, and they're just chill, big little dudes just walking around.
Just imagine
They're
like
huge.
a furry, friendly rectangle walking around.
Yeah.
That's them.
Yeah, they're just chilling, man. They're so cute. So, Mod Other said, for Game Jam, I've been looking at potential expansion to the Hunter skill that focuses on tracking to learn about a creature before capturing it for a Hunt Master. Which I think that this was inspired by people saying, like, oh, taming could be a Hunter expansion. They're like, let's have a real Hunter expansion.
Yeah.
One potential reward could be new pets from a diverse set of wildlife, such as the capybara.
Cappy Cat.
I would like to say, if this is added to the game, I will do my first pet grind to get a capybara pet.
They have animation of it walking as well.
They do. They have a couple different images of the capybara, showing it like what its little strut would look like, what its little idle animation look like, and it's adorable,
very
man.
well done.
It's super well done, actually. And seeing capybaras like in the RuneScape style, I must say, is like so satisfying.
Yeah.
Modhan also put some more animations of just like a little capybara under the water and coming out from the water, showing its little head and has a orange on its head.
Yep.
Yeah, or whatever kind of fruit it is. It looks just like my tattoo. Literally, mine is a capybara with its head sticking out of water with fruit on its head. Like,
there you go.
Come on, man. You got to add this. So if you guys could all please make this happen, I would really appreciate it. Because I think this is just the cutest thing in the world. It's little strut when it's walking around. I'm in love, man.
Yeah, so that is all that we wanted to highlight. Let us know what you think was the coolest thing to come out of the Game Jam so
Capybaras.
far, if you are following it. And also, let us know what you are looking forward to in the process for refinement.
Yeah.
Which part do you think is going to be the most interesting or the most difficult to get through?
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, that is all of it for the updates. We're going to move on to the Q&A now.
Yep. Our first question is from Matt over on Instagram. Matt actually has 2 questions, but the second one's an in real life one. So, we'll do a little bit of a sandwich and do RuneScape first and go back to that. So, in 2014, RuneScape had its first lottery in the form of Balthazar's Big Raffle. After a few years, it was discontinued. So, looking this up on RuneScape, this was a members-only event for the month of September in which players can turn in raffle tickets at Birthorpe Lodestone for a chance to win a prize every single day. This was happening for a couple years, and then it, like they said, got discontinued. So, do you think something like this in OSRS would be helpful for regulating the economy? Doing raffles?
I mean, what kind of items would you get?
Well, the thing is, it's RuneScape 3, so I don't know, like, how good these are, but, like, one of them is, like, a golden god sword.
Oh,
which
okay.
Sounds pretty cool. Portable deposit boxes, stuff like that.
I think yes, but I think it would have to be for unique cosmetics.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that they had was golden Barrows armor.
Yeah.
Like, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, but, like, maybe unsellable.
It wouldn't.
Well, then it wouldn't help the economy at all.
No, it would, because the tickets cost money.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it'd be a gold sink.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it would be cool if, it was like an interesting item. Definitely couldn't be useful, because then, it's like, oh, that one person has the blessed, like, legendary god sword of the heavens. And
it would have to be like that, like a god sword, but golden.
Yeah.
And you can't
or
sell
like,
it.
Maybe it'd be like really cool. Like maybe they're like, all right, this month we're going to have this crazy item. And then it's like, something that gives you like a special animation or something, like, or maybe gives you a special emote unlock or something like that. And obviously all of these would be untradeable. So it's just whoever gets it, gets it.
It's like truly a golden ticket in Willy Wonka situation.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool because, well, I mean, there's nothing like that now.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
Yeah, so I think that'd be cool.
I know, I'd drop a lot of gold trying to get those tickets.
I think it'd be cool. I'm not against it.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice for the economy too. Good gold sink.
Yeah, if each ticket was worth like 100K or something like that.
Yeah, people would spend millions.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Our next question is from Hariger on Discord. So he said that this is kind of RuneScape related, kind of real life related, but what is the best real life skill that you have developed by playing OSRS? For me, it's learning to type, also learning a lot of random new British expressions. Belle from Discord seconded this, learning to type from RuneScape as well. Harger continued saying, too bad OSRS doesn't support Chinese characters or have a large player base from China, because I'm trying to learn Chinese and that'd be so helpful. Honestly, like, I get that because I see people talking Dutch sometimes and I could like recognize it and it's like helpful. I've seen people talking Dutch, and like I'll go on Google Translate and like look and be like, all right, what exactly are they saying? Because I recognize some of this. So it kind of weirdly does help with learning languages, actually, which I wouldn't expect. I mean, people say they learn languages from video games, but usually, like they're on VC and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never experienced that.
Yep. Okay. Well, I've heard people say that. So for me, I think learning that. Also, I feel like RuneScape has made me better at talking to people and being social.
Yeah.
That kind of goes hand in hand with streaming, but like I used to be really bad at talking to people. Like whenever I worked retail, I'd get in trouble with my employer because I didn't like to talk to customers and ask them how they were doing and if they needed help. And now I gotten really kind of good at that. I don't know. It's helped me with my social skills.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
This is gonna sound like a bad thing, but it's not a bad thing. I was gonna say it's really taught me to be more like it. This alone hasn't taught me this either. This is obviously something that comes with other experiences and life, but it's helped teach me to not be so
Gullible?
Trusting, I guess.
There's a lot of scams in this game.
Yeah, not just that, but like other things. Like if people want to go do stuff with you and like talk about doing splits or
true. And you've gotten like hacked before, so you've had like bad experiences, obviously.
Well, yeah, stuff like that, or getting lured, or like
me following people to the wilderness and losing my dragon boots.
Yeah, just I don't know, tons of stuff like that.
Teach you to be less gullible.
Yeah, I guess so. It's taught you to be more of like just cautious in taking people at their word and stuff like that.
It's a bad reason for having to learn it, but a good thing to learn.
Yeah, everyone unfortunately has to learn that lesson.
Yeah.
And I guess it's better to learn it through a video game.
Yeah. At least I learned mine the easy way of losing dragon boots. You lost like 300 mil, which sucked.
That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, now you don't even play that account, so whatever.
Yeah.
I like that question, though. I don't know if that's a RuneScape or real life. I'll consider it RuneScape.
Yeah. I already knew how to type before playing RuneScape.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Harker, I don't think English is their first language. So maybe they meant like English helps too.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. It's weird. I like lurk on people speaking Dutch and I'll be like, okay, I know 3 of these words. Now let's figure out what these other words are. And it'll just be them talking about like items in game. And I'm like, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
But our final question is the real life question from Matt. So bonus question. What is your favorite Avril Lavigne song? And Matt asked because he's actually going to her concert with Harger today. So yesterday. I don't know. This week. My first celebrity crush was Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was funny from Matt.
Did you listen to Avril Lavigne?
I did. Avril Lavigne was so Green Day was my first CD, and then my sister got Avril Lavigne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so those were like our first 2 CDs. We were emo children, I guess.
That's so funny. I wasn't into any like punk at the time. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't.
She's a punk princess.
I didn't listen to her, but my sister did.
I could see your sister listening to her for sure.
Yeah, so I know of her songs, but I never really listened to her. When I was that age, whenever she was, getting big, I was listening to a lot of rap. So I know a lot of like Lil Wayne and like DJ Khaled from that era.
True.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite song by her anyway?
Not that I remember the name of.
My favorite, is it Skater Boy? Is that the name? I don't know.
Yeah.
He was a skater boy. She said, see you later, boy.
Wow.
He was a punk. She did ballet.
Wow.
I like that. And I've used lyrics for that song so many times in stream titles. I always want to say scream for some reason.
Yeah.
I've named my stream several times. She was a gamer girl. She said, see you later, grill. Wow. I just like changing it to grill. I just totally bastardized those lyrics.
That's really fine. Good.
What are some of the lyrics of the songs that you like then? I know, remember there's a sad one.
Lyrics to the songs that I couldn't name the names of?
I just want to know what songs.
I was like, how would I know? I definitely haven't listened to any of her new music if she has any.
I think she has new. I think I heard a new song from her the other day on the radio, and I was like, whoa, random.
Yeah, it's funny because while I am, I think, like legitimately a fan of nearly every genre, and while I don't dislike punk, it is probably the least listened to genre that I have. Like I listen to opera and country more than punk. You
don't really listen to those ever.
Exactly. That's how little I listen to punk.
That's fair. But anyway, that's it for our questions this week.
Yeah, that is all. If you want to be included in the questions, like I said before, feel free to ask us anywhere, especially on our Discord questions channel.
Yep, you can also hit us up on our social media. Our Twitter and TikTok are both Bunebapeosrs. Our Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube are all just Bunebape. I stream 5 days a week at twitch.tv/Bunebape, so come hang out with me. Come by on Monday for my birthday.
Yeah.
It'll be fun, and I'll give away stuff, probably.
Yeah, come hang out and get a chance to win something. So
Yeah, I don't know what. Probably just bonds.
yeah, probably. Thanks again for listening, though. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, we'll see you here same time next week. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it.
Yeah, we'll see you all
very soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Meet.